There's something dangerous about strokes that very few people know. They can come with a warning, a brief, fleeting touch. Have you ever felt numbness in your hand or leg that disappeared after just a few minutes? Ever been in the middle of a conversation when your speech suddenly slurred? Or had vision in one eye suddenly go blurry and you brushed it off thinking, I'm probably just tired? If you've ever experienced something like that, please don't skip this video because it could have been your body's very first warning sign of a stroke. And sadly, most people only realize it when it's already too late. Hi, I'm glad you're here. Welcome to Smart Health Keys, the channel where we share simple, reliable health knowledge so you can live lighter, sleep deeper, and stay strong well into your 40s and beyond. Today, we're going to uncover 12 silent signs that may mean you've already had a mini stroke and didn't even know it. More importantly, we'll talk about how to make sure it never happens again. Part 1. Why so many people have mini strokes without knowing it. Friend, I want you to picture this. One morning, you wake up and notice your hand feels a little numb, your leg feels a bit weak, and your steps are slightly unsteady. But within minutes, you're back to normal. You tell yourself, I must have slept on my arm wrong, and rush off to work. But here's the truth. It might not be as harmless as you think. Doctors call this a transient ischemic attack, or TIA, also known as a mini stroke. Unlike a major stroke, which can leave you paralyzed or unconscious, a TIA only lasts a few minutes to under an hour. The symptoms pass so quickly that most people never go to the doctor because they feel fine again. But this is the real danger. A TIA is your body's alarm bell. And according to medical statistics, 1 in 3 people who have a TIA will suffer a major stroke within a year. Many of them won't have time to prepare for the second one. That's why today, I want you to give me just 10 minutes to really listen to what your body might be telling you before it's too late. In the next part, I'll walk you through the 12 silent signs that could help you spot a TIA early and take action to prevent a real stroke that could happen at any time. Are you ready? Part 2. 12 silent signs you may have had a mini stroke, TIA. Dear friend, you might be thinking, if I had a mini stroke, surely I would know, right? But the truth is, many people go through a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, without ever realizing it. Why? Because it comes quickly, and it disappears just as quickly. No marks, no lasting pain, no warning. And when we don't understand it, we tend to brush it off. Maybe I just didn't sleep well. Maybe my blood pressure dropped. Maybe I'm just tired. I once had a patient, Mr. Larry, 66 years old. One afternoon after lunch, he stood up, suddenly felt dizzy, his hands trembled, he dropped his chopsticks and fell to the ground. A few minutes later, he was back on his feet like nothing happened. His family thought it was nothing. But when I examined him and ordered an MRI, it was clear. He had experienced a TIA, a warning shot for a real stroke that was coming. Luckily, he came in early. Had he waited a few more months, we might have met again in the emergency room. That's why today I want you to slow down, be completely honest with your body, and go through these 12 signs carefully, one by one, because sometimes it's the smallest details that can save your future. 12 silent signs you may have had a mini stroke, TIA. If you've had even 1 or 2 of these symptoms, it's time to take them seriously. 1. Sudden numbness or weakness on one side of the body. You can still move, but it doesn't feel right, like your body's connection on one side has been unplugged. No pain, just strange, and then it's gone in minutes. 2. Dropping objects without knowing why. A cup slips from your hand, your phone falls to the floor. It happens so fast you barely realize it until it's over. 3. Sudden loss of balance or staggering like you're drunk. Your legs are there, but they're no longer working together. You can't walk straight or stand steady, even though your mind is clear. 4th, slurred speech. You know exactly what you want to say, but the words won't come out right. It's as if there's a gap between your brain and your mouth. 5, struggling to form a complete sentence. The words are stuck between your thoughts and your voice. You stammer, get confused, and can't understand why you can't say something simple. 6th, hearing but not understanding. You can hear someone speaking, but the words don't make sense. It feels like your brain is out of tune. The sounds are there, but they're not registering. 7. Sudden blurred or temporary loss of vision in one eye. It's like a fog covers one eye, or it goes dark for a few minutes, then clears as if nothing happened. 8. Double vision or seeing things twice. Your eyes no longer work together, and the world appears doubled. You might also feel dizzy and disoriented. 9. Sudden confusion or short-term memory loss. You forget what you were doing or where you are. That moment of disorientation passes quickly, but it leaves you puzzled. This isn't just forgetfulness. It could mean blood flow to part of your brain was briefly interrupted. 10. Sudden, unexplained mood changes. You're fine one moment, then suddenly sad, irritable, angry, or emotionally numb without reason. 11th. A severe, unusual headache, like a thunderclap in your head. It doesn't feel like any headache you've had before. It's sudden, intense, and stops you in your tracks, even if it only lasts a few minutes. 12th. Fainting, difficulty swallowing, or unexpected choking. You feel lightheaded, collapse, or choke on water even when drinking slowly. This could mean your nervous system temporarily lost control of certain muscles. Dear friend, have you ever experienced one or more of these 12 signs? Even if it was brief, even if it happened long ago, please don't dismiss it. A TIA doesn't always leave immediate damage, but it's your brain's clearest warning that blood flow was once interrupted. And if the first time was only temporary, the next time, it could be permanent. You might feel worried right now, but this could also be the moment you turn things around. Why? Because now you know. You've recognized the signs, and you're here listening. So what should you do if you suspect you've had a mini stroke? How can you protect your brain, your blood vessels, and your future? And most importantly, how can you make sure a real stroke never gets the chance to happen? We'll talk about that next, because sometimes your health can turn around with just one moment of awareness. Part 3. What to do if you suspect you've had a mini stroke. My friend, if after hearing the signs in the last part you suddenly think, this sounds a lot like me, the first thing you should feel is not panic, but a clear decision. Do not ignore it. I've met many people who had a TIA, a transient ischemic attack, but because it passed so quickly, they thought, it's just fatigue. I'll sleep it off and I'll be fine. But listen, a TIA is not nothing. It's the first knock on the door from a real stroke. If you ignore it, that door can swing open suddenly and you won't have time to react. So here's the very first thing you should do if you suspect you've had a mini stroke. See a specialist as soon as possible. Not just a quick checkup, but a thorough exam at a neurology, cardiology, or stroke center, where they can run advanced tests such as brain MRI to detect even the smallest damage, carotid artery ultrasound to check for narrowing or plaque buildup, ECG, 24-hour blood pressure monitoring, and blood tests for cholesterol and blood sugar. I know it sounds serious, but early detection is your golden opportunity to protect your brain and your life. And just as important, once you've been checked, don't stop there. This is your chance to start a stronger, more mindful way of living. I guide my patients through 5 key steps to prevent another stroke. 1. Lower your blood pressure, the #1 cause of stroke. High blood pressure is silent, no pain, no obvious symptoms, and that's what makes it dangerous. Every extra pinch of salt, every sleepless night, every burst of anger adds pressure to your blood vessels. Do this. Cut down on salt. Check your blood pressure every morning. Learn to slow your breathing when you're angry, because just 5 minutes of calming yourself down could be saving your blood vessels. 2. Lower your cholesterol, because LDL and triglycerides clog your arteries. Plaque inside your blood vessels can't be seen, but it silently narrows the path that feeds your brain and heart. Even vegetarians can have high cholesterol due to sugar, alcohol, or lack of exercise. Do this. Cut sugary foods and reuse fried oils. Add greens, nuts, and omega-3s. Cholesterol doesn't just show up, it's the result of habits, and it leaves the same way, through better habits. 3. Control your blood sugar, because high sugar damages blood vessels. High blood sugar doesn't just cause diabetes, It inflames and weakens vessel walls, making them prone to rupture and clot, which can trigger a stroke. Some people never knew they were pre-diabetic until they had a blocked artery in the brain. Do this. Check your blood sugar regularly. Eat more slowly. Swap refined carbs for whole grains. Every balanced meal is one more layer of protection for your brain. 4. Sleep well, sleep enough, sleep deep, and lower stress. Sleep is your body's best natural doctor. But if you're up past midnight, tossing and turning, waking multiple times, your brain never truly gets to recover. High stress plus chronic lack of sleep equals constant strain on your heart, nervous system, and brain. Do this. Go to bed before 11 p.m., no phone in bed. Try 5 minutes of meditation before sleep, because deep sleep is a prescription-free medicine against stroke. 5. Move every day, just 30 minutes of walking. Every step pumps blood, helps your arteries stay flexible, and keeps your heart steady. You don't need intense workouts, just consistency. Do this. Pick a fixed time each day, after breakfast, after dinner, or in the afternoon. Walk with a loved one or listen to a healing podcast. Exercise doesn't just strengthen your circulation, it reconnects you with yourself. Dear friend, a fleeting TIA can be your body's greatest gift, a warning before the storm. If you listen, pause, and change course, you can avoid a lifetime of pain later. I hope that after this video, you'll never again ignore the small signs, because it's the small things that can save you from the big ones. You may not remember exactly when you felt dizzy, or when you slurred your speech, or when you blanked out for a few minutes while walking down the street, but your brain remembers. It remembers every moment blood slowed down, every second it was starved of oxygen, and it's waiting for you to do something before it's too late. Life is busy, and it's easy to dismiss the small stuff, but stroke is never small. And the good news is, you're here, listening, wanting to understand. That means you still have the chance to start over. You can't turn back time, but you can protect your blood vessels starting today. You don't have to change everything overnight. Just start with one evening walk today, one full night of sleep tonight, one meal with less salt and sugar, one morning blood pressure check, one moment of listening closely to your own body. Because health is not a destination, it's how you live each day, aware and in control. So tell me, which of these signs have you experienced? Comment below. I've had sign number, so we know we're not alone. And if you found this helpful, please like this video and share it with 3 people you love. You might just help them prevent a stroke. Finally, subscribe to Smart Health Keys so we can continue this journey together, building a life of health and happiness from the inside out. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.